Thank you for tuning into Lifeline, where we live, lit, and local. This is our Pillow Talk edition, where we giving you tips and principles that we live by in order to have a successful relationship, to better your relationship with your partner. We left off talking about the D word earlier, and we said we're not going to say that word. We told you type it in the comments. So as we dive into that, let's talk about some of the reasons why people go down the road of even saying the D word.
Hey, I'm going to read the statement again, okay? Okay?
Let's go.
It says the most commonly reported major contributors to divorce are lack of commitment, infidelity, and conflict and arguing. The most common final straw reasons are infidelity, domestic violence, and substance use. Most participants blame their partners, then blame themselves for the divorce.
All right. What is infidelity?
Infidelity, it is unfaithfulness, but it's also voluntarily, like willingly going out and having intercourse, sex with someone other than your spouse.
Okay, being intertwined with someone else. When you intertwine, you with somebody else. But let's deal with this though. Something we were talking about as you relate to infidelity. Infidelity is the final act. But let's talk about some of the things that precede infidelity.
Like
now let's talk about the gateways to infidelity.
Yeah,
Here we go.
I think that a lot of the times when we hear the word infidelity, we just say, oh, they cheated. Oh, somebody was creeping.
He was a dog. All men are dogs. Yeah.
She was at least swimming.
Yeah.
But we automatically think or go down that road and think that, even though ultimately that, they had sex with somebody other than their partner. But what led up to that? Because I don't think that most people just jump out and just start. I mean, you have some who do, that's their business, right? But most people don't just jump out and just start having, sex with someone other than their partner. It starts with building a bond in a relationship with someone other than your partner.
You got to open that door.
So like in a previous video, I said that a lot of times we are afraid to talk to the person who we should be most vulnerable or who we can be most vulnerable with. When you're not opening up, expressing yourself, sharing with that person, you are, as a female, because we are emotional creatures, you're gonna need an outlet. You're gonna find an outlet. Some brother is gonna see, maybe some sister is going to see that you are in a vulnerable place, and they're going to seem like a dream come true. Yeah. They're going to be that shoulder you need to cry on, that person you can lean on, depend on. They're going to seem like that 80%, right? The perfect person.
20%.
20%. They're going to seem like that perfect person, where it's actually vice versa,
Right.
What you end up doing is sharing a vulnerable moment with that person, building a bond, and from that bond, now you desire to be with them in a different way, and more likely than not, a sexual way. Now you have just been unfaithful. Well, that's not where the unfaithfulness, that's the physical act of your unfaithfulness. When you share with them emotionally, when you decided to be vulnerable with them, the act of unfaithfulness was already committed. I mean, you just didn't physically do it.
Yeah, like my wife was saying, she's talking about the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule is where you leave the 80% chasing the 20. And many times that's what people see in a relationship. You see what you don't have, so now that 20% become bigger than the 80% that you actually have at home. And many people open up the door, open up a gateway, because you're getting it from somewhere else. And I see that a lot of times, even talking and communicating with people, a problem in a relationship, that one problem or several problems that you're dealing with, it becomes so big. And another thing, social media lie all the time. So when you see other people's relationships, you see them pictures that they took 130 of them before they posted one.
It don't be the truth.
And now you judging your relationship based off what you see somebody else. And now that little 20%, you don't even know they had a fuss, cuss, argue just to even get that picture. And now you sitting here judging your relationship based off somebody else. And sometimes that can cause a rift in there because you're chasing 20% of what you don't have instead of enjoying the 80% of what you do have. And I say this jokingly all the time, but people say all men are dogs. And I say if we are dogs, there's a difference between a stray dog and a trained dog. Trained dog come home. Trained dog like to be at home because he's taken care of well. A stray dog eat anywhere where he can get food from. And that's something you could take. That's food for thought right there. Because you need to understand as it relates to relationship, when we talk about the gateways, remember gateways can be mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, emotionally. You can let someone else in your life life, and that person in your life, it could turn into something physical after you didn't let them in other areas of your life. Remember, if you like this video, make sure you like this video, make sure you share this video, but most of all, make sure you love this video and live this video. Let's do life together. Stay connected.